to know, what's the key thing you need to know in order to be able to do this question?
Isn't the distance formula like
How words and vowels, yes, calculus, no kidding, yeah. Distance formula, which is what?
It's 1 plus dy dx. It's the square root of that.
It's the square root of 1 plus what?
Isn't it dy dx or something?
Yeah, dy dx squared dx, like this, right? Starting point and end point. So in this case we have 1, in this case we have 4, right? So we know dy dx is equal to what? 3x squared.
Yeah.
So therefore dy is equal to 3x squared dx. So what does y equal? X cubed plus what? C, right? But what does it tell you? It goes through the point 1, 6. So 6 is equal to 1 cubed plus c. So c is equal to 5. So which one is it? B. Key. So I was like, oh, I'm being clever. So then you multiply by 1 over, so you take this thing and what do you multiply it by? 1 over 1 plus x. The thing is, you want to then do some algebra and turn this into one of these. Hopefully it's D, right? What we couldn't figure out, and maybe you guys can figure it out, how do you do this algebra and turn it into that? I don't know. We distributed and then like added. Basically, you want to be able to factor out 1 plus x from that big list. I tried polynomial long division and was very unsatisfied with the direction I was going in. And then Tina found this right here. You can treat it as the sum of an infinite series. Okay, so it says curve, blah, 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 tangent, blah, 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 at a point. We're looking for a tangent line. What equation do we really like our lines to be in when we're now in big kid calculus? What's the general equation for a line that we like? Don't say slope intercept. Point slope, yeah. And what is that equation? Umi, so humans can hear you.
Y minus y1 equals m times x minus.
Yeah. Do we already have 2 of those values?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which 2 do we already have?
Y1 and x.
Correct. And x1. So what's the only thing we're looking for now?
We are looking for m.
Exactly. So what we need to remember is this fact. dy dx is equal to what in terms of parametric land? Anybody remember? Yeah, dy dt over dx dt, right? So what is, based on the information above, what is dx dt? 2t minus 4, and then what's dy dt? 3t squared, thank you. Here's the thing, we need a specific time. We don't have a time, they give us a point. So we need to figure out what time is it at that point. At what time does the function pass through that point? So you let 8 equal what? What do you let 8 equal? T cubed. So that tells us t must be 2. What's a good thing to check before you plug this t into here? X, just to see if it matches. And should it? You hope it does. Otherwise, there's a problem because it won't pass through that point. So we plug in 2, you get x is equal to, what do you get? 2 squared minus 8 plus 1. That equals -3. Hey, it works. So did we verify it goes through that point? Yes. So what do we do with t equals 2 now? Plug it in. Do this at t equal 2, and what do you get? 0, and what do you get here? 3 times 2 times 2, kids. This is not a trick question. 12. Okay, so what's the slope of this line? Well, it's going to be 12 over 0. Oh, no, frowny face. But wait a minute. What does that just mean the line is? So the slope is what? Undefined. So what does that mean about the line? It's a what line? Vertical line. All vertical lines have the equation what? X equals something, right? Oh, but what does x equal? What does x equal? -3. It's right there. It equals -3. So we have x equals -3. Is that one of the answers? Oh, look, there it is. Does the curve need to go down or up for it to have any potential of converging? It's got to go down. It must go to what? It must tend to 0 as x goes to infinity. Does that guarantee that it will converge? No. What's your best example? Harmonic. Remember harmonic? Yeah, 1 over x. 1 plus a half plus a third plus a fourth plus a fifth. Does that converge? No. Does it go to 0? Yes. But we know it has to go to 0. So this has to keep on getting smaller, right? So we can already eliminate some of these answers. It's got to go down, right? We're adding all of this together. So which one can we definitely take away? -1. Because if we plug in -1 into this, what does it turn into? If p equals -1, or sorry, let's make it -2, right? If p equals -2, this turns into this. Not to 8, to infinity, right? What does it turn into? 1 over x to the -4 dx? But what is that? Yeah, what happened? This is clearly, is that going to converge or diverge? Definitely diverge. It gets rid of it, right? Well, let's go even better here. Let's look at b. If p is greater than 0, let p equal a half. What happens if p is a half? What do you get? Does that converge? We know it doesn't, right? So it definitely can't be this one, right? So now you're down to definitely guessing. 10 seconds of analysis, definitely guessing. So let's look at the